What'd you guys do before the iPhone with this? Just curious. Man, that had a Samsung there, not this iPhone. Hold on one sec, Mark. I'm looking for my post-game notes that I had made. Some things. Let's see. If we win, hold on. There we go. Okay. All right. Wow. Good game. Good game. Fun to coach. Enjoyed it. Mark's a great coach. Does an excellent job with his team. Boy, they light you up, turn you over, get you out of your stuff. It was good to see the guys because when they started to turn us over, it was good to see our guys bounce back and get connected with each other. We had a couple. We had more turnovers in the second half. The first half, I thought we played really well. And in the second half, I thought we played well when we needed to, which is what it's all about, winning time. So another good win for the Rebels, and excited to go and spend the day with my mom tomorrow in L.A., and it's her birthday. She'll be 91, December 10th, so looking forward to that. Give the guys a few days off. Let me see what else is going on personally that I could share. That's pretty much it. All right, let's open it up.
Marv, what did your team learn from the end of the Northern Iowa, and where's the other games that really helped?
Oh, I'm sorry. And I did want to say congratulations to the Lady Rebels they had a great win tonight at Gonzaga. And my girl Jordan Bell put it down over there, and she worked my team camp, so that's my little home girl. So anyway, it was a really good win for the Lady Rebels as well. So your question was, what did we learn?
Yeah, those games, the end of those games, what did your team learn from those games that helped you tonight?
Well, you know our winning time formula, right? So we had a chance to go back and look at that, you know, and it's part of it's, excuse my voice, you guys. I just came from a game. So there was the free throws, there was rebounding, taking care of the ball, high quality shots. We grade our shots from 0 to 5. I mean, we can only take 4s and 5s in terms of shot selection. Let's say rebounding, and then yeah, just limit your turnovers, basically. It's 4 or 5 things that we went through and did some specific, what do you call them when they're, oh man, I'm drawing a blank. Like special teams, you know how you work on scenarios. And so we had a chance to do some of that in practice, and watching the film and just learning from our mistakes the last time when, you know, everybody beats us up for our decision making. Well, they're kids, and they're learning, and they're getting better. And they showed today they made some improvement in that area.
You ever been involved in a game where you have 48 free throws that you've attempted?
Nah, I'm just glad the officials were calling it the right way. I mean, you know, every call they made on us was incorrect. And Ed, that was a joke, man. Relax. Jesus Christ. So, okay. Yeah. No, so they called it tight, you know, and rightfully so. With the whole emphasis from the league office all the way down is not league office, but from the officials, you know, all the way down nationally is that this whole freedom of movement, you know, deal. And so we had the experienced crew, and they called what they saw. You know, most of them were correct, I would imagine, and they don't care who wins, you know. So worked out for us in our favor tonight. No, I have not. That was a doozy. I don't think I've ever been involved with a game that's had that many free throws.
When they're calling it that tight, do you instruct the players to be more aggressive, knowing you'll get some calls?
Yes, we talk about going to body on the bounce. We talk about creating shots for others and coming and doing some things fundamentally a little bit different, just so that, you know, you don't let them speed you up to the point where they take you out of your stuff, and then they also, you know, run you into charges and things of that nature. So you got to coach them a little bit differently to get ready for this type of game. It's hard to replicate their pressure in practice, and we pressure. It's hard to replicate what they do, and it's they do. I mean, they get after you, man. It's tough to stay in your offense.
What did you like from Amari over the last 7 minutes?
What did I like from Amari over the last
7 minutes?
See how I slid in the question without you didn't even know it. You know, he played composed, you know, and he was aggressive when he needed to be. And he held the bounce, and he made free throws when he needed to. He played, you know, he played with a little maturity, played like he'd been playing college basketball for a few games. So it was good to see that. Hence the, elongated minutes for him.
Coach, you rode your starters most of the second half. Do you feel like this is going to I'm sorry, I'm back here.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this is going to prepare you guys for the rest of the season if need be?
Yeah, I don't know if any one game, they're so mutually exclusive, pending matchups and style of play, pace of play. Yeah, I don't think any one game is going to prepare you for any. There's situations that can prepare you, going forward. A couple things happen that we go, oh shoot, that's right, we haven't put that in yet at the free throw line. There was a press offense situation where we go, oh, shoot, we haven't put that in yet. So we still have things to add to our arsenal.
Coach, Houston was in foul trouble, obviously, for most of the game. How important was it to get him in the game there, the final 6 or 7 minutes?
Well, we went for it because I had a little talk with him, and he seemed like he was ready. Shakur beats himself up when he doesn't give us as much as he feels he should give us. And I'm like, Shakur, we won the game, bro. Like, relax. It's going to be okay. But he's such a competitor, and he's such a great person that, he just wants to give you everything. And he felt like since he had to sit, he couldn't give us his normal contribution. But, he was there when we needed him, and that's what you want you're not just your starters, but your guys coming off the bench to do as well. I mean, you look at we had really good point production, I think, off the bench. I don't know exactly what it was, but I thought guys contributed from a lot of different spots tonight, whether it was 2 minutes or whether it was 10 minutes. I thought we had some good contribution.
Jordan Johnson struggled just offensively the last few games, but he hit that big 3 late. How big was that, do you think, for him, maybe his confidence going forward?
Well, you could see his release. As soon as he hit it, he was like, yeah, like, dang it, about time, But it was wide open. He can make them. His job is to share the ball and to keep us in our offense. And, he's a leader, and he's got a different role. He gets fouled, you got to make your free throws and so on and so forth. So I'm not, we don't need Jordy to go out and score 20-something points every game. We need him to keep the team connected. And some nights he'll have those nights. But we're going to play inside out, and our big boys did pretty good, and that's Jordy. That's Jordy, that's JoJo. JoJo was great feeding the ball tonight, and we only had 13 assists, but it was shared. So this wasn't the type of team you're going to get a lot of assists on. You're going to have to bounce it and make some plays against this type of team because they're going to eventually take you and force you into conceptual play. So that's what happened several times, and we were able to capitalize on it.
How do you think you handled their zone defense?
Not very well. How do we handle their zone defense was a question. Not very well. I thought we got into a groove after. There was probably 4 or 5 possessions where we were just out of sorts. And we hadn't worked on it much, to be quite honest. We thought we were going to get that man-to-man pretty much all game. And so that's a little bit on me. Well, it's all on me. We probably could have been better at it had I focused a little bit more on it in our preparation. But, as the season unfolds and you play more games, you get more practices, and you get more time to sharpen your tools. And that's one that'll be ready to roll when we get to conference because I'm thinking we'll see some zone in conference. I'm a really good zone coach, trust me. I just didn't show it tonight.
Coach, a little tough out of the gate for you guys the first 4 or 5 minutes of the second half. What was the mood as far as the sidelines there? And also
They were great.
Coach, when it came to
Yeah, I don't think anyone. Right, I don't think anyone's ever happy about a team making a run, but they stayed connected. They were great. I thought they, it almost forced them to focus in. We've had 2 overtime losses, so I think those experiences kind of prepared them for that little adversity that they got there in the second half. This game is a game of runs. Basketball, that's what it is. So they've all played this for a long time, except Sheck and Mbake. So, they know the game is run. So it was our turn to throw the next punch. And then we exchanged blows there till the very end.
Coach, can you talk a little about just your confidence in Marty? Big minutes he played down the stretch. It seemed like he was very poised out there.
Amari is a very solid person. and he has a very solid demeanor, and he's very receptive to coaching. So when you have guys like that, you gain confidence in them naturally. When they perform well, it stands out a little bit in your mind because they're great listeners. You know, listening is a lost art from 17 to 23 years old. They don't understand. They hear you, but they're not listening. He's a listener. I mean, he really tries to embrace the education. So when you have guys like that, it's easy to give a little more trust to them. So.
Your thoughts, Coach, about playing here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena?
I love this place. I love this place. I don't even like it here. I love it here. You know my record here, bro? No, it is really fun. It's a nice arena. It's a nice facility. The folks at MGM are off the charts in terms of support. I mean, the meal, you know, everything from the post-game meal to the way that we're treated. It's a top of the line deal. You know, T-Mobile as well. I mean, everybody is, which is, you know, another affiliate, but it's you know, the strip has been good to us. So look forward to, you know, obviously continuing the relationship. As long as we're out of Thomas and Mack, we might as well sleep in our own beds, right?
Coach, it seemed for a little bit there when all the shots were coming from the perimeter in the second half, when they seemed to make the run and get back in the game. And then when you started going back down low inside, you started getting ahead of them again. Is the philosophy as often as possible to get the ball down inside?
Well, with Brandon McCoy and Shakur Juicing, yeah, we need to throw it inside. It's just, but it's also when I was at New Mexico State, you know, I always want to play. I think the majority of coaches will tell you they don't want to go and try to ride or die with the three, you know. You've got to play inside, outside basketball, and I think when we touch the paint, whether it's off the bounce too, I mean, even getting into the paint off of penetration, typically, you know, when the ball's coming out to you on the perimeter, not to get too technical, but when the ball's coming from the inside towards the basket out to you, you're a much better shooter than when it's coming and your body has to adjust. When you can get 10 toes to the rim and, you know, really square up and get your feet set, you're a better shooter than you're off the move. So those are the types of shots that you want to get from the perimeter after going inside. Mike has some stat on that, I'm sure. Mike Ramala. If you guys don't know Mike will have. You just get his email after. He'll send you some in and out information on percentage of shots made. Okay, it's late. You guys got any more questions? All right, thanks.
No, I wasn't a mindset. We just knew how hard they played defensively. You know, this probably was the best defensive team we've seen so far. And we knew they were going to get out and pressure the ball. And it was just the guard's job to keep as much pressure on the defense as possible. And that was just by attacking.
When you see how the officials are calling the game really tight, does it make you want to be more aggressive in that regard?
Yeah. I think the officials were calling it tight on both ends because both teams like to get up into each other and pressure the ball. Unfortunately, we knew, like, you know, how much they reach, you know, and they try to stab at the ball and get steals so they can get out in transition. So it was just taking care of the ball was a big thing coming into this game.
Brandon, it seemed like every time they made a run, you guys answered right back. Just how critical was that just to always have an answer from one of theirs?
Just a guard play, you know, Jordy and JoJo do a great job at, you know, controlling the pace and making sure that everyone's in the right position on defense as well as offense, and, you know, just making sure that we matched up.
JoJo, how big is it for you guys to get into a dogfight like that in the second half and then be able to close it out there down the stretch against a decent team there?
Well, it's a big thing for us. We just had two similar situations, you know, against Northern Ireland and Arizona where we didn't pull it out. So this is one we knew we had to get, and we knew if we didn't get it, it'll hurt. So it was just about grinding it out and doing whatever it took to get the win.
Did those losses help you tonight, having that experience and knowing you had to go down the stretch?
Those types of losses help you for the rest, you know, the rest of your career. You know, those games are games that each one of us could go back and look at and realize, you know, what we did bad individually and as a team. So